This is the fourth game I've played in the Microids 12-in-1 bundle, and the third from developers M-Zone Studio and Solely Lab. I'm not sure what order these games were originally released in, but I've been impressed to see a gradual improvement in their quality as I've moved through them. From the awkward nonsense of Frankenstein through the audaciously odd Jack the Ripper, incremental improvements have kept me interested in what further games would bring. Now I find the best title yet in this fairly accurate adaptation of the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's about 50-50. There's plenty of size and gravity cheating, but about half the time the searches are taking place in areas that have good reason to be cluttered. An opium den, a trash lab, so it's basically a wash. The developer's trademark move, having items that are almost impossible to see, is still clearly on display. I'm playing this thing on a 32-inch screen, and even I'm having trouble spotting some of them. As with Civil War, I can't imagine what this must have been like on the small monitors that this was originally played on. Crazily, this features a whole lot of the intensely rare 12-0 type of hidden object scene. That's right, on frequent occasions the player is asked to go to a scene, pick up a dozen random items of detritus, and then head to the next screen to repeat the process, with no justification for the activity offered, and no items added to the inventory. Jack the Ripper got away with this because the player was controlling a journalist who was observing things for an article he planned to write. No such conceit is used for many of this game's screens. It's as if the developers were told they needed X amount of hidden object scenes in the game, so they went ahead and added them, regardless of whether they made any sense. As tacked on as the hidden object scenes can feel, by and large the whole game follows the plot of the novella quite closely. The puzzles, clicking galleries representing chases, and a couple of jigsaws fit the theme as well as can be expected. The most awkward inclusion is a match 3 game, which, as usual, really has no place in either the game or the world it's trying to create. That there are 2 possible endings to the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, although, come to think of it, I suppose that actually suits the story, doesn't it? There isn't one, so no. While this isn't as in-depth or crazy as Jack the Ripper or Frankenstein, it's the most technically adept offering I've seen from these developers, as well as the most restrained when it comes to designing playable hidden object scenes. With its respectful treatment of the original text and decent quality puzzles, this is the best game I've yet played from this developer. It's still not a great title, but it shows growth in a very interesting direction. Jekyll and Hyde's Strange Case is available as part of the Microids 12-in-1 Hidden Object Pack. This review is based on a copy of the game purchased with my own money. If you'd like to watch the playthrough that led to this review, just click on the rectangle that allows you to do that. You can find other hidden object game reviews elsewhere on this playlist. Au revoir.